Hey everybody, Chiron here, and welcome back to another episode of FortressCraft. So we got a little bit of a deviation from our initial plan today, but it should be a pretty fun episode if I do say so myself. So first things first, I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out and watching. I actually just hit 500 subs yesterday, so that's actually, I think it might have been this morning, like early at 3 a.m. or something like that. So definitely want to thank everybody for the support on the series and the channel and everything like that. Means a lot to me that all of you guys are showing up every day, every couple of days, watching my videos and leaving your feedback, leaving your comments, and all of that good stuff. So definitely appreciate it. We're on, what is this, episode 47? Which is ridiculous. This is definitely the longest series that I have. So definitely thank you all for sticking it out and watching and helping and just being great members of the community. So yeah, so that's my little spiel for today. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Hope you guys know just how much I appreciate y'all coming out here. So to get into the episode, got a couple of changes. You might have seen a little bit of a spoiler when I opened up the laboratory there. If you take a look, I have in my possession some plastic pellets. So if we go down here, we have 364 plastic pellets, 12,000 gold bars. I've been doing a little bit of off-camera, just emptying hopper after hopper after hopper with our new system that we have downstairs. And yeah, so 12,000, 2,000, 6,000. Still got to work on getting more titanium, but we'll get into that in just a second. The big thing that we need to take a look at is our jet turbine generator housing. We need advanced machine blocks. And you might think, oh, well, that's no problem, just go make them. Well, there's a problem with that. New release just came out and added this crystal clock. If you take a look at a couple of like the motorized stuff, so the advanced conveyor filter needs 16 of them, motorized conveyor needs 128 of these guys, and yeah, so these crystal clocks were added, so it's something that we're going to have to address. It's not something that I can make right at this very second, so we're going to have to do a little bit of research. So before we go upstairs to go to our research station, we do have a couple more things in our laboratory. We have advanced crystal dynamics, which takes 200 crystal, and we have the improved cargo lifts. Not exactly sure what they do. I think that's just the upgraded version of the robot arm. Not entirely sure. I've never used the robot arm except for a crafting recipe. But yeah, so let's get these up and running. I'm gonna do the crystal one first. I think I have crystal on my hotbar here somewhere. I do not. Fancy. Fancy pants. Alright. Crystal, crystal, crystal. Crystal. So we need 200 crystal. We'll go ahead and do advanced crystal dynamics, start the research, and we'll let that guy go. Oh man, it is gonna drain a lot of power. So it uses probably the same amount of power as the regular researchers do, but these go a lot quicker, so our turbines here are gonna come to a grinding halt. So let's head back up to the surface and take a look at what we need to research. There's actually quite a few things that were added with this patch that were much needed. Alright, take a drink my delicious coffee this fine morning. It's actually pretty nice out. It's not too bad. After Monday, should be getting into the actual temperatures that people can actually live in, which is gonna be nice. Oh, I'm sick of the cold. Alright. So we're up here, and we've got our research terminal. Projects, we just have those 4 projects, and nothing new to report there. But under recipes, meta mover, looks like it. We already had this research, but it looks like we have to re-research it, which is kind of weird. We have the dual matter mover, which is basically just two matter movers in the same amount of space. Falcor Mark II, so we can get a little bit better, better guys hunting down items for us. Workfloor excavator automatically digs a 35 by 35 by 3 tall circle. So that's kind of neat. It, if you see the graphic here, it basically just creates a room for you. Same thing here, but it doesn't do anything different. Okay, so I'm guessing that'll change at some point if it makes a bigger room or more efficient or something like that. It's probably more efficient. And what else we have here? So we have the cargo lifter controller, 3x3 or 3x1x3 shape above a 3x3 shaft to automatically deploy into a lift. Okay. Oh, so I think the cargo lift is like the lift that we use, except for cargo. Kind of like the mass storage thing, but maybe that might be it. Rack railer crafts rack rails from iron bars. Basic cargo lift. Yeah, so it looks like it's just a 3x3x3 elevator. Affectionately referred to as Lifty McLift Face. Okay. Sure. I'll go with that. Plasma head charger is something that we need. Somebody in the comments recommended that I make the plasma cutting heads. And they're much better than the steel ones, and they're pretty easy to make, so we'll have to get into that. And then we have these power core chargers and the crystal clock maker. So these are some new items. Creates a single-use power charge. This will give Arthur power, but costs extra to make. Place them in your hotbar to use. So these are basically just kind of like a little jumper cable. You can pop it, it'll give Arthur extra power, and then it's destroyed after you use it. But the one thing that we're gonna do is the crystal clock maker. The unfortunate part is we only have 2 research points and we need 5. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to research the Mark I power core, because I think that would be pretty cool. Let's see, Mark I power core charger needs copper coil and power storage blocks, which we have. Do I have? I have some copper wire, so I would need a coiler. And I do not appear to have a coiler on me, but I think coilers are pretty inexpensive to make. Let's see, coiler, 5 copper plates, and we don't have any stamper. Okay, so we'll make this down below. And I think I just want to grab up some of these guys since they're not really doing anything for us anymore. Grab out all the bars. There we go. So let's head back in the hole and we'll continue our research down below. Alright, so we've got our coilers set up here. Almost have enough copper coils. Once those are through, then we'll be able to make our handy dandy Mark I power core. Now these are single use and they do use power storage blocks. I'm guessing the Mark II uses the Mark II power storage block, Mark III blah blah blah. So they get probably pretty expensive as you go up, but for what we have planned today, I think I do want to have a little bit more power available for Arthur. Boom, there we go. Do the Mark I power core. And there we have it. 100 power. So, nothing too spectacular, but it is what it is. So we'll get Arthur charged up as much as we can. Looks like he is full and ready to go. So, the main thing that we need right now is we need some extra research points. And from what I hear, the 2 ways that you can get research points is by scanning blocks and by killing hives. So I did find a hive not too long ago. I think it was down when we were exploring the caves down there. Yeah, so I think they might be those green ones. Not entirely sure. Unless those green ones are the lights that we put in. Because they used to be purple, but we'll have to see. The one thing that I do need is our chargeable explosives. We'll throw our chargeable explosives down, and it is powered up, about 10,000 power, which is not too shabby. So what we're going to do is we're going to head all the way down, and we're going to find a hive if we can. Let's just kind of keep an eye out. I think we're going to go pretty much all the way down. And we'll start from there. And the other thing we need to do is basically just dig straight down as well. And see if we can find some new materials like we found that hard rock. So I want to keep pointing in this direction because I eventually want to put in another elevator. Just so that we can go a little bit further down. And I'm going to... I'll put a conveyor turntable here. Why not? That'll indicate the side that we need to put the elevator on. Alright, so let's take a little bit of a peek here. There's some green items over in that direction. And I'm not exactly sure what they are. I'm guessing we have not been out that far. So it's probably going to be the hives. And I think you can get some hive brains is what you're really looking for. Alright. Yep, so we got an arrow pointing in that particular direction. And we got a couple over there. And we've got one behind us. Alright, so let's head in that way direction. And we can start digging down as well. Just see if we run into anything good. Ping unknown, nothing. We're getting a little bit of a pink crystal on our scanner. So that means we're in sugar light territory, but it's not lit up, so we're not all that close to it quite yet. Alright. Let's head on over here, check out that green thing, and see what we can do about it. Actually, do not know what that green thing is, but I'm hoping that it's a hive. So we did find a hive down here, and I'm not seeing any purple on our little hollow dealy. Surface attack detected. Awesome. Getting closer here. Almost there, almost there. Yeah, I'm not thinking that this is gonna be a hive, but I don't exactly know what it is. Hardened resin. Yep, it is hardened resin. Awesome. It's one single piece of hardened resin. So, what's going on here? Oh, there it is. Alright, so we're digging a little bit further into ye olde resin here. Just make sure it's not behind us. So it looks like this might be the center. Oh man, this thing is... I think this thing just goes. What are you? Lithium. Alright, so I think we need to figure out a place where we want to plant our charge. I think right here is probably going to be a good spot. Place our charge, and then we need to back away because this thing has a ridiculous explosion, if you remember from quite a few episodes ago. Probably about a dozen episodes, I think. I think it might have been in the 20s, actually. Can't remember exactly. Alright, so Shift E to light. And there she goes. So hopefully we can get a hive brain from this guy. Oh. There it is. I think that's what we're looking for, right? Hive brain matter. Awesome. Awesome. Alright, holy balls. Alright, 30,000. 6 million! Whew! 6 million! Holy cow! Okay, we are probably gonna come down here and tap into that a little bit, as that'll last us the rest of the game here. Holy smokes! Let's put our beacon here just so that we can come back to it. Holy cow! That is a massive, massive amount of nickel. I don't know if I want to do the colored ore ping or not, to see if I can find anything else in the area. I'll save it. Oh, there's some titanium actually. Probably not that big. 100,000, yeah. Not too incredibly huge, but yeah. So that's a thing. Man. All right. So let's. Do we have any other of these hive brains? So yeah, I don't know if each one of the green things is a hive brain or not, or if it's just saying that there's a high concentration of hardened resin there. I think we might have to come back down with a couple more charged explosives next episode. But yeah, holy cow, that was a good find. And it's actually not too far away. If you look where our base is, it's in a doable distance. The only thing that we would have to worry about is getting some fuel down here. So we need to find some biomass or something. Man, I got a free phosphorus gland, which is sweet. What are you? Chromium vein. Chromium ore. 12 million chromium ore. Holy cow. The veins down here are massive. Holy smokes. Chromium ore. Not sure what chromium ore does, but one thing I should mention is previously, I don't know if it is still true, but there are ores in the game that aren't used. So they put them in here so that if you have like an old spawn of a map, it will still spawn the ore for when they eventually implement it, so you don't have to start your entire world over again. But yeah, that is pretty cool. Chromium ore. It sucks because it was already researched though. So yeah. Where are you? I got a new block at least. It's ping unknown. See what we can find. Looks like that was pretty much it. Let's take a look in this direction, see if it's still that same block. Yeah, it looks like it's that that same block. Cannot rescan, already scanned. Awesome. What about you? You are copper ore, so don't need you. Iron. Ping unknown is looking like it's gonna be a bust for us. So what I think I'm going to do is head up to the surface, we'll get Arthur recharged, and then we'll go back down and we will dig straight down from our elevator and see what we can find from there. Alright, back up here, and we can go to our research terminal and see what we get. We get unknown material, give us 20 research points. It is molybdenum. Okay. That's cool. It probably didn't give us anything cool to research, but it does give us some points to work with so we can make our crystal clock maker. So let's take a look at our crystal clock maker. I'm guessing it's probably in one of these manufacturing ones. There it is. Easy to make, easy peasy. That's my power core. I need the crystal clock maker. Oop. Crystal clock maker, if it'll go into my hotbar. And I'll throw it down right there because why not? Just take a look at it. No valid hoppers attached. Okay. So let's pop a hopper down. It needs 5 crystal deposit and 2 copper bars. Desires 1 PPS. So it's 1 power per second. It's pretty low power, which is good. And it needs 5 and 2. So let's give it that. So 1, 2. And thought we had crystal. There it is. And 5. So we'll see what happens with this. We'll make 10, and then we'll more than likely have to automate this process. But yeah, it's really low power, so I don't really have a problem with it. And we could make just tons of these because they are super cheap to make. 2 lithium, 5 iron, and 2 tin. So no problem at all. So we'll try shift and control. Save count, save queue. Oh, it's just shift and control don't do anything. It's just saying try them. All right. So, all right. Fancy. So you still don't have the option, looks like, of picking what you want to pull out, but that's not a big deal. So we'll let that run for a little bit here, and then we'll be able to make up a couple of advanced machine blocks. Requires 4 crystal clocks per. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to automate this because we need just tons of advanced machine blocks for those guys over there. So yeah, we'll pick this up, and it looks like it is finished. So we'll pick that all up, and we'll head back down into the labyrinth. There was something. Oh yeah. I remember what I wanted to do. So the hive brain, as far as I know, you have to put it in your laboratory, and then it uses the hive brain to generate research points for you. So that's kind of the purpose of getting that hive brain. Never done it. That's the first hive brain I've ever come across. So. We'll have to kind of take a look at it. We do have our advanced crystal dynamics in progress, so we're gonna have to wait for that. It's about halfway, so we should be good once that goes through. And we should be able to make a couple of these guys. We can only make 2 advanced machine blocks, and then we're gonna need just absolute butt tons of them. Power generation. Jet turbine housing, yeah, that's going to be kind of a pain. Those went from very easy to manufacture to very hard to manufacture, so we'll have to address that as time permits. All right, charge PCB we don't really need. Let's try and clear a little bit of junk out of here. Focusing lenses are usually pretty useful. Let's see what else we have in really small quantities here. Why are you still here? I thought I moved you over. Iron wire we don't need. We'll keep the high brain on us just for now, and then that should be good. Alright, so we'll head... Oh, I know what I want to do. One thing I need to bring is our auto excavator. And then I think we have everything else that we need. So the auto excavator does 64 blocks. So we can drill down 64 blocks, place the auto excavator, get that up and running. And then, yeah, should be good. So, slight change of plan here. I scanned the ore deposit that we have at the bottom of our mine shaft here, and unfortunately it is massive. So, we're probably going to have to move our elevator this way, which is not a big deal. It doesn't really matter where it goes, honestly. But it's going to be just quite a bit easier if we don't have to tunnel through quite as much ore. So what we're going to do right here is going to be our center. So it's going to be pretty much just lots and lots and lots of me doing that. But let's get a couple of laser transmitters in place here. And that's basically what we're going to do. Oh, man. Alright, let's see if we can bore around this a little bit here. There we go. So, we'll continue on down. We need to go 64 blocks from... I can't remember if it's 64 including this or not. I think it's here. So, negative 675 plus 64, we can go down to 739. So 739 is going to be our target. We'll head down all the way. We'll get another laser energy transmitter up and running. 739. Alright, get a little bit of light in here. We're going to do boom and boom. And then we need to get our auto excavator in right there. It should come down, should start powering up. Does not appear so. So it looks like it does need to be one up. Alright. So, nope, that is not what we wanted. We want that. We want boom and boom. Is that going to start charging? These things take so long to connect. There we go. So there we go with our charging. You can hear that guy going off. I can throw in probably a better power, laser power transmitter. But the unfortunate part is we only have the Mark 1s all the way down here. So it's once it uses up its stored power, it's not really going to get us anywhere. So yeah, let's do one of those. Why not? Kind of derpy. It'll transmit a little bit faster, but that's about all. So let's continue our way down. If we take a look, turn off my light before I run out of power. We are pretty close to some sugar-like crystals at this depth, though, so that might be something that we want to hunt for. But let's keep going down. I'm just gonna do one of those. It's cheaper than having my lamp on, so it'll just follow us through. Alright. So somebody requested that I go all the way down to the magma level. It's not lava, it's magma. Lava is when it's on the surface, magma is when it's underground. Fun fact for the day. But that's at like 3,000 blocks, and apparently you can't survive that far down. And there's nothing there, so... Alright, so that's a coal vein. Let's take a look at ping unknown. There's something over there, so let's head off in that direction. And then hopefully this will give us like 300 research points. That would be awesome. I would be okay with that. Hopefully... Oh! Cave. Alright, so let's get a little light up in this joint. Alright. Perfect. Those sugar-like crystals does not appear to be sugarlight, but this is an unknown block, so we can grab that real quick. And I'm thinking these aren't sugar-like crystals. I think they're just those glow pods. Oh no, they are sugar-like crystals. Huh. My little scanner wasn't lighting up even though we were in the same room as them. It's kind of annoying. I wish that mechanic was just a little wee bit better. And I'm loading a lot of territory, so I apologize for the lag. I'll try and pause when I get high encoding here. Alright, so what are you? Oh, that's that molybdenum. Just a little bit different color when it's lit up by the purple. Alright, so we got some sugarlights, which is awesome. Alright, another sugar light here. It's kind of annoying that the glow pods and the sugar light are both in the same territory and they're both the same color. I'm guessing this is titanium. Yes, it is. Alright, so didn't get a whole lot, but we did get one thing to research, and we got some sugar lights, which is awesome because we need oodles of sugar light crystals for our OET. It looks like that might be it for those. Let's do another ping unknown. I'm guessing this is cannot rescan. Okay. And that was pretty much. Oop, I do see something glowing off in the distance, though. Let's see what you are. Holy cow. Orange glow pod. The whistling went away, so it looks like that might honestly be all that we're gonna get down here. So yeah, I think we might head back up to the surface then with our spoils of war and see what we can do. I probably should have left a beacon where my hole is, but I did not, and I'm suffering for it. Interesting. Alright, well, we will head back up to the surface then and see what else we have going on. Ooh, is this my hole? Is this my hole? It is not my hole. That was just there for some random reason. I'm probably missing it, but I honestly don't really care. So we'll head back to the surface and see what we can do about getting some more stuff researched. Alright, back at our research terminal, we have unknown material. Only gives us 10, but it is super hard rock as opposed to hard rock, which we need to make that distinction. Alright, so we do have 25 points, so we can get our plasma head charger. I think that's all we're really gonna do for now. I don't know about the basic cargo lift. I don't actually know what it does. Yeah, we might as well grab it. We can look at our handy dandy little notebook here, and it tells us absolutely nothing about it. So that's cool. So, okie dokie. That was entirely worth it. Mine carts, no. It's not in machines, not in machine upgrades. Oh, it is in machine upgrades. Smallest available cargo lift, ideal for unmasked delivery of materials such as iron and lithium. Jump 2 cargo lift controller, maximum range, unlimited. Ooh, unlimited range. 300 cargo. That might actually be kind of interesting if we have unlimited range and we found that 16 million vein of nickel, I think it was, down below. That might do good. Might have to take a look into that in a future episode. So, yeah. Right, so we have our plasma head charger, we have a couple of research points. We still have to wait for our laboratory to finish up doing its thing so that we can get that hive brain in there, get a couple more research points out of that. Next episode, we're going to be probably blowing up some more hives to get a couple more brains so we can get all that taken care of. I think. I have to actually see if the hive brain works in the lab, which from everything that I've seen, it does, and all the recommendations I've had. So good stuff. Oops, need to go to the side a little bit so I don't fall to my death. And good to go. So one of the unfortunate things is we do have some plastic pellets here, but the update did not fix this, where our remove only hopper still stores plastic pellets. So I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't know, but I'm hoping that somebody somewhere fixes that soon because it is really annoying. Those are research going here. 46 crystals left. I think I'm just going to have to AFK that a little bit, get that finished up so we can work on our hive brain, and then we can work on that lift control dealio, and should be fun. Oh, so many materials. I could probably spend most of my time just emptying hoppers. Like, if we're going to be honest here. I have so many hoppers in so many different locations that it's ridiculous. Oh yeah, one thing that we do have to do as well is automate the production of those, what are they called? Crystal clocks. So we're going to have to do that. So I've got a supply of copper down here. I think it's this one here. Nope, it's this one over here. So I have a supply of copper and I have a supply of crystal. So I might just, I think I'm just going to tunnel down, and I'm going to start automating and just pull resources from the crystal and the copper, and just make a little bunker here for creating those crystal clocks. But I can do that off camera. It's going to be kind of boring. It's just connecting a hopper to one machine. So, but yeah. So I think that is going to do it for this episode. Hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, thank you all so much for your support in getting to 500 subscribers. If you do enjoy the content, feel free to share with your friends. Leave a comment below with anything you'd like to see, anything that I derped on, anything that you want me to do in the next episode, or whatever you would like. If you just want to chat, that works as well. So, thanks for coming out, everybody, and I'll see you next time.